Alright, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Ace Former Kevo here, and today we got a good amount of stuff to cover today. We're going to be doing some dungeons, as y'all know and love. So dungeons, towers, and we're going to be covering the new Mage rework. I saw we had some people on the Discord. See, is the new Mage class line any good? Epic Monkey asks. Well, that's a great question. We're going to be testing out today with my 23 Ascension levels, I believe I have in it. But hello there, YS0303. Welcome, welcome. But before we do all that Mage and dungeons, I want to get the towers knocked out. Luckily, I did work on some before the stream started, which means that I have less to do. So right now, I've already done the Eos and the Selene, so that's 2 out of the 5. And there's a Wild Hurricane Ham right there. So hello there, Ham. So I'm going to have someone vote which is the next tower I'll do. Ham already voted on one. It was the Eos, which I knocked out. So if YS0303 you want to recommend either Oceanus, Prometheus, or Selene for me to do next, let me know, or anyone else, any other wonderful people in the chat want to take and put in their nominations as well. Right now I'm just getting some stuff all lined up right now so I can see some different things a little bit more easier. So there we go. Now I can see this stuff. I know what I can do. I'll do some arena opponent battles and some town hall to complete these daily quests while we wait. Hello there, Angela 00097643. I'm doing well. Welcome to the stream. I see you're a first time chatter. Always like to ask the new people that join in, how did they hear about the stream? Was it from a friend? Was it from a different social media? You know, just curious. I'll be using this build for now, just for testing. Magic Chakram. Hello, Serena. Yo, 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 back to you, Serena. Ah, your reflect wasn't powerful enough to take me out. Other person. Oh, there's McThuggin. I just added them recently as a friend, so hello there, McThuggin, if you're watching this. Rux. Ooh. I might. I don't want to see you in the Hurricane Ham. Hello there, Tool Wasinjam. Thank you. I appreciate that compliment. Man, I have seen a lot of deities though. So now we're just getting these PvP battles or these PV or player versus AI, I guess, or player versus NPC battles, I suppose. Hello there, Freaky Daddy Yo. Hi to you. Welcome, welcome. Of course, with all the wonderful new people, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. The game that I'm playing, if some people are not aware of what it is, it's called Orna. It's a GPS RPG game. Right now I'm mainly treating it as an RPG game rather than GPS aspects, even though I do some GPS aspects as well, which is going out for walks to get some steps, to get some rewards and materials that way. Oh, there's Cherry Picked. I did know that person, and I'm blinded, so I'm not just going to start blasting while I'm blinded. There we go. Now I'll take that. That was a kingdom member there. Easy peasy. I wasn't keeping track on how many, but we're going to say we're at 15 for now. We could be maybe a little bit less than that, but once we get to 27 battles, we're going to take and call it there. I might try and do the towers. Well, probably not. I'd rather wait until I officially become a heretic or mage class in a few months from now in order to try out the towers with new mage rework. I'll probably do some dungeon runs later on today with the new mage rework, trying to build a cool build. So if people have any recommendations with builds, I do have some gear that I was upgrading for the mage rework. Oh, they got the bear. Or they had the bear. Oh no, I know Masato Kenny. I'm guessing that's a little phrase in their name. Cool. We're just gonna check it right here. Oh, cool. Nice. That was 21 gills instead of 27. So let me jump to the buildings then, so I can get those completed for the daily quest. Zoom out back here. Still got some time. I think it was 4, so I'll just complete 4 of them right now, so I can get that little extra XP bonus going. So voila, all 5 daily quests complete. So we've got the gold, orange, luck, daily discovery, and daily experience, all 5. Now we're gonna jump back from DD Ara over to the DD Ursa for Z Towers. So let me take and go. Since I had no recommendations, I'm gonna go with my favorite next, which is gonna be Prometheus. I think I might have to change my gear though. Yes. Got that one complete. Cool, cool. But yeah, you can also check out my Discord if you want to. It's !Discord. I'll take and put that in the chat right now, so people can take and check out my Discord. You can get notified over there whenever I go live. I'm working on getting some more emojis there. I have a cool one, which is basically me with a hat right now. And I'm going to be sharing my screen there as well, so if you want to take and watch the stream from there, you can. But my goal today overall with running these towers is to get these towers done as soon as possible, so we get onto the dungeon and the heretic rework stuff. So Angela, I do not believe you are talking, so I can't hear you, but I thought I responded to your message earlier saying that I'm doing well. Hope everyone here is having a great day. Okay, attack buff. We take that. We take those. Let me put on some buffs, some extra buffs to help me out. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there we go. But from what I'm noticing, there is some new bugs with the updates that recently been released. There's some Realm Shifter bugs and some Heretic bugs right now. There may be some other bugs as well with the spells, I believe. So we're going to see what they are, or if we encounter any today on this adventure that we're going on. Right now I'm going to be battling some of the Menders of Hearts events. So this is the Halloween event, or Valentine's Day events, where we take out these Anteros soldiers and we take their broken hearts, or yes, their broken hearts, and we will give them to other stuff. I did see that as well right before I went live, Ham, about how Burton was claiming that the crit thing was nerfed for live. So I know what you're saying. I understood what words you were saying there. Yeah. We're gonna have to see it. I might be able to try and do a test and see the damage numbers and maybe compare it to later on. But I think when I read the patch notes, they were changing the elemental crit damage numbers. So I'm thinking if you're using like an elemental attack or a multi-hit elemental attack, it might do less damage than just a single elemental attack. Because they were talking about going from the multiplicative scaling over to the additive scaling. So they may have added that in without letting us know, which is, you know, not very nice, but we'll have to see. You are immune to lightning, which is what's on my weapon, so I'll hit you with the earth. Ooh, I got the temporary attack up. That's tremendous. Because now I can one-shot things a lot easier now without having to worry at all. Anything in the floors here? Nah. Hello there, Praises99. Welcome, welcome. I saw recently that we got a lot of followers recently, so I appreciate everyone if you are here that has followed the stream recently. I do appreciate it. Let's see, what do we got here? We'll just go battle the middle one. I'm wondering if one of my moderators is here. Maybe he can help. How about let me send him a message. Where's the cat picture? We'll see if I can summon Mr. Freeze Danielle to the field on attack position to help us out. Gotta get that old Yu-Gi-Oh reference right there for some people that may know. There we go. Just spam the button enough and bam, the door opened up. So we'll see. We shall see. Take out these burbs. Take their dungeon keys. One thing I did see someone talking about was with the Heretic Aura, which is the critical version of the Heretic class line, that they were able to take and do damage to the classes that are immune to certain damage. So, for example, or his example was he was able to take and battle a Gilgamesh and deal arcane damage to it with the special flask ability from that. So I thought that was pretty cool. So heretics and Beowulfs are no longer going to be safe for the base versions of them that are immune to the dark and holy for heretics. I mean, not heretics, realm shifters, and then dragon from the Beowulf. But I know some new people may be asking, how am I playing a phone game, which is Orna, on my computer? And the answer to that question, it's Scrippy, S-C-R-C-P-Y. I'll put the name. That's the name of a program that I use. It's mainly an Android program. And what you do is you download Scrippy on your computer or your tablet, whatever device, or computer or laptop per se. And then what you would do is you would plug in your device. As you can see here, I have my tablet right here. It's a Samsung Galaxy Tab 9 FE that I have the game on, and I have this cord that's plugged into my computer right there. And once I put my tablet into developer mode, then I can take and activate Scrippy, and it will mirror the program on my tablet down here onto my computer right here, so I can control it either from the computer or from the mouse without breaking the terms of service, because we do not support programs like BlueStacks or emulators that will take and completely run the program without being connected to your phone, or just having another mobile phone on your screen kind of thing, like BlueStacks. Let's see. You know what? I'll take a risk with the Immortal Lords. You know, we'll dance with the ninjas. We'll see who's the better ninja. Well, obviously it's me. Even though I'm not an official ninja right now, I still play like a ninja while I'm a deity. Ooh, I got the crit buff, so that's great. So now I can change my gear to have more power, because I've already got the crit rate. So we'll see if the cat guy will head over here in a little bit. But yeah, if y'all got any questions, I know we got some new people here. Some people may be aware of Orna, some maybe not. So if you have any game-related questions or any questions you want to ask, please feel free to do that. Even if English isn't your first language, there's this wonderful program that actually Mr. Freeze Daniel let me know of, which is called DeepL. You can kind of change it to whatever program you want it to be. Right now I have mine for something else, so I'm just going to take and copy and paste it. I'm going to put it in both of the chats because I'm streaming on oh nope, that's not that. Let's see. There we go. That's better. Almost there. So there's one, and there is two. Because I do know that I have a large audience from different Espanol or Spanish-speaking areas of the world. So, hola, me llamo Kevin. That's what my little bit of high school Spanish allows me to take and do. I know a couple other cool words in Spanish and stuff, or some cool phrases as well. Like one of my friends, Mr. Nightwolf, who better be asleep right now because he's in Spain. Whenever he's cheering or he's happy or just like over under, he would say "Ole, ole." So I like that. It reminds me of like I think this word is in Japanese, which is called sugoi, which is pretty much like cheering or happy or like, you know, excited. So I feel like it has like the same kind of energy of that. Oh, nope, I found you. I was waiting for you to take a move. Carmen with your gargoyle friends. So I can take your materials. My guess is that's either Jaspy or Realm or Harpoon right here. And that is, nope, it's Harpoons are our friend Skipper Time. Okay. See that he recently got to over level 260. So that's fantastic. Hola there, Jose. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream, buddy. I just posted recently the program that I use to help me translate from Spanish to English or whatever language that I need to from English to Spanish or from that language to English, which was the DeepL website. It's an amazing website. At the moment, we do have an ad break now. So if you do want to take a, not have to worry about ad breaks. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, Hurricane Ham. He is with the ABS. I will be going like a little, my thoughts and ideas of it. I probably will make a video on it. Maybe tomorrow, I'm thinking, on it. But today I'm just going to go over it, kind of learn a little bit about it. Or learn a little bit about it. Because I don't really have any practice with it. I purposely chose to not practice with it in the beta because I wanted to be officially released in order to do that, because I didn't want to take and give improper information about that. My goal is to provide informative information to everyone about the game or whatever I do say, so if there's something that's not right, then I want to clarify that. I mean, I like magic, you know. I was born, you know, I'm a 90s kid, so I grew up with Harry Potter. So thank you, streamer supports, for the follow. Appreciate that. But yeah, I grew up with watching Harry Potter and other magical style movies and stuff like that. So I do like and appreciate magic. But I like more of the warrior, thief, hunter kind of, you know, get, you know, physical attack power kind of thing. That is my my jam. So that's why I like using the physical attack classes over the magic attack classes. Well, one thing that I have, and this is probably like a very controversial take, but in most series or shows and stuff, usually if you have magic, you're overpowered or you're OP. And I was like, no, I don't want to be the OP character. And you kind of already alluded to that right there, Jose. I'll let you, Jose, pick what the next tower that we do. It's either going to be Themis or Oceanus. Hey, Samuel AJO, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. So I'll let you get the pick. Which one would it be? It's going to be either Themis or Oceanus. So you get the pick, Jose. Or if anyone else in the chat wants to, they can see which tower I'll do battle next. Dave, Lit, Yuji, and Hurricane. Yeah, jeez. Want all the followers. Thank you everyone for following the stream. Much appreciated. Alright, so Riodoro says Themis, and Jose says Oceanus. So maybe if we have one other person, we'll be able to see. So you have a friend on Discord. Hello there, Allison. Welcome to the stream. We got another one. Let's see. Who gonna be now? Grace of Gaming, thank you for following. Welcome to the stream. You're watching the Endless Guide today, Jose? Okay. Well, I'm hoping... Well, if you have any questions about that, please let me know. You know, some of the information off of the Part 1 guide is out of date. With the whole new deity rework that they have here. Because one thing, I had a new person in our Discord community for in our Kingdom Discord. They said, "Oh, I'm looking for the 200% buff for deity." I'm like, "Well, I have some sad news to break it to you. It's it was 120% all along. It was a visual bug for 200s, and then it went down to 100. So it's literally cut in half." And we got another follower. Let me see. I'm gonna have to take in. Work on this a little bit so I can see the names a little bit. Father, let's see. Come on. All right. Yeah. Yeah, it's up there. Hello there, Father Christ Mas Logo. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for following. And hello there, ZR on there. Another one. Sam Loyalty Gaming, thanks for following. Need some guides for low ascension Beowulf Hydrus. Hello there, Ecto Gemets. I think we talked before. I think you recently joined my Discord server, so welcome. Glad to meet you on stream. And I do happen to cover that in my YouTube videos for sure, for there. So for those people on Twitch that are wondering who I'm talking to, I am also cross-streaming on YouTube. So you can go check out my YouTube channel and follow over there. It's the same name here, Ace Farmer Kevo. Would gladly appreciate it if you did go over there and subscribe. Help me reach those goals in order to get some ads and some memberships. But yes, Ecto Gemets, I did take and have some guides on my Endless Guides Part 1 where I explain how to do Beowulf Hydrus with either Verse for Endless or using the Strike Endless and Ultimate Strikes in different builds for both of those. Got two more followers, Driver Gamering and the Time Diddy of the Tim Midi of the. Some names are, sorry if I do mispronounce your name, but I do appreciate y'all taking and following the stream. I think Beowulf Hydrus has some really great spells there, Jose. It just takes time, you know? It takes a little bit of time in order to take and help out with that. I do think that you would be able to take and get there in due time. Another person, God's Will Gaming, thank you for following. Welcome to the stream. You know, it's almost like riding a bicycle. The more you do it, the better you get at it. And sometimes you're gonna fall down, but you got to get back up and keep on going, which is the important thing. Let's see, S, S, L, C, and W. That's the cool little pattern to go through here. Holy Ghost Game, welcome. Thanks for following. So we got a lot of new people that are joining, so I'm going to just go with my little pitch. So for all that are here, welcome. The game I'm currently playing is Orna. It's a GPS RPG game. Right now I'm battling a tower, which is kind of like a roguelike thing, where as soon as you die, you take all the materials that you got and you get them cut in half. But if you win and I make it to floor 50, then I can battle the Titan that's at the top of the tower, and I can get some cool rewards. This game, like many other the cool new games that are out there, has different forms of in-game currency, and I get tower shards from defeating these monsters, and I use those tower shards in order to either buy materials to get stronger or to convert them into other items in the game. This game is made by Northern Forge Studio. It's a small indie game. The game was released roughly around the same time as Pokemon Go, so it didn't really get the opportunity of Pokemon Go in order to grow and shine, but I really do appreciate this game. One of my late friends, rest his soul, introduced me to this game, and I'm really appreciated that he did do that, so I can take and continue to share my love and passion of this game to as many different people as possible. I've been playing phone games for about, say, like 14 years now, or about to be 14 years. So I know a thing or two about phone games. I played a lot of different types of phone games. I played gacha games, I played free-to-play games, I played cookie clicker style games. So if you got any other game recommendations, I'm willing to take and try it out. But hello there, Grace Link Gaming and Danger Farm Gaming. Thank you for following. Let's see. Let me see what your question is, Jose. Another thing is, at the moment, I really know what class to choose for main. I like Realm Shifter, but also Beowulf. But I also want to learn Deity. Quackface. I should choose. I should choose, and better be soon. How do you go into battle already buffed up in towers? Hello there, Colt Allen. That's a great question. I'll answer that in just a second. Hello there, James Wisdom Gaming. Welcome. Thanks for following. So what it is, Colt Allen, is that you will get these tower chests in towers. And these towers will have these buffs here. You can check by clicking on this. What are the buffs? You have attack, magic, defense, resistance, all that fun stuff. Crits, elemental defenses, and immunity. And once you claim so many towers, they stay with you. Now, some of these are temporary buffs. Some of them are permanent buffs. You can tell by the arrows on them. If it has a blue or a purple up arrow, then it will take and be temporary. Like the attack, magic, and defense at the top here. Now the ones that are green, they are permanent, so you get those and they stay with you until you die or you complete the tower. So you can see right here, I've already gotten all the different buffs in the tower chest. So now I'm going to get tower shards. So that's more tower shards I can get in order to buy different things with that. And I'll go over the shops, or what I'm planning on buying in the future after I finish this tower. Still got one more, and then I'm going to go over the Mage rework. Most certainly I can definitely do that, Jose. Let me just show you right now. So I'll go to my equipment, tower, and then you can see here I'm using the Gendering for my weapon, the Tarnished King's Crown for my helmet for the foresights, and then the 2 pumpkinless pieces with either Crimson Pinions for extra attack or Jewelry Creation for extra stats. The Amity at the top is Favor and Mischance, which is 40% crits, and Bestial Bond 1. The Malices really aren't that worried about that one. I'm mainly getting it for the Bestial Bond 1 with the crit, so I can get more tower shards from using the Titan. Now, I would normally use the Wind Tamers one here, because it gives me foresight, and it has low defense. And I have the crit in it whenever I don't have my 80% crits, which I normally have between these 2 here. So this, when I put that chest on, it gives me 95% crit. But because I do have the crit buff here, as you can see, excuse me, right here, this gives me 20% crit right there. But yeah, Ecto Gamuts. If you have any questions about my Beowulf build, you can always send me a message on Discord as well, or ask here. Oh, there is clean to us. Hey there, buddy. I think I saw you on the Twitch. Well, I'd recommend you can still upgrade your Caladanda, or the Clodfanga and the Caladanda, even if it's only legendary. They will definitely serve you well in your adventures along the way. Alright, so I'm going to swap over to a different build here in order to fight this one. Hello there, Kent. Yes, this is Anguish Towers. Right now I'm just running at 7 Anguish right now, just because my goal is to take and finish them quickly. But I can usually go up a little bit higher. Let's see, need the gunner. Now I can start the blasting. Let's see, what do we got? One more blast should do the job. Uh-oh, my ward's down. Please take him out before I get hit. Alright, cool. And there we go. Got 21,588 tower shards. Very nice. Go to the next one, which is the only one left, which is going to be Oceanus. Hello there, St. Simon. Welcome to the stream, man. How are you doing today? I'm going to swap back over to the other build now. Gendering, I choose you. 250 in 4 years just kind of happened. Yeah, it does. But to be fair, you know, everyone plays their own way. Some people have not reached 250 in 5 years of gameplay. You're pretty tired, I bet. And it's like, you know, 9, 10 o'clock over there in Brazil right now. I'm a little tired myself. Been having a little bit of wacky sleep schedule. But I'm happy to be here. Happy to have so many wonderful new people over here on the stream with us. Yeah. That is funny. I do really enjoy the Spanish humor and laughter of that. Yeah, That's true. Definitely, you can be the strongest, highest level in this game, and if you don't have any good gear, then it's not gonna matter as much. It's still gonna matter if you have some gear, but if you don't have higher quality gear, then when you try and take on those more challenging things in the game, then you're gonna take and be feeling it. Even though I did do a challenge with another character that I made of doing only normal gear challenge, where I only use normal quality gear. I fully upgraded it to either Master Forge or Demon Forge, or tried to God Forge it, and I ran with Realm Shifter for towers with it, and I managed to get into the 200s with it. So it's possible to go so far with normal quality gear in this game, but if you want to go even farther, which is I'm going to be doing on Friday, then take and work on upgrading your gear and kind of practicing and doing more battles. What's up, Jose? There we go. Mixing the chats around. You didn't invite for dungeons a few days ago. Which day was that, Jose? I do apologize for that if I didn't happen to do that. I think I got sidetracked with ascension levels at that time. Let's see, was it on Saturday or Sunday? Was that? Yes, it would have been Saturday. Saturday or Sunday then. Yeah, during that time I was working on taking and getting some ascension levels. A mega low. Yeah, mega low on DD, bro. Let's see. I'm at 165 actually right now, Jose. It should show up as 165. Well, personally, Ecto Gamuts, I do really love the new rework that they did with the two-handed rework skills. I think that they were mainly reworking weapons that were not in use, that were not popular. And I think that if they gave the trialing weapons an AoE ability, then that would just push them to be more favored than other stuff, rather than trying to take and explore other options. So who knows, they may have a two-handed rework part 2 in the future. Well, they can change the trialing weapons to do that, but the main thing with trialing weapons is that they give you the bonus to your rewards, which is very important. The orange XP, gold, and questing rewards are ready. So in Dew Point, they already have a very strong essential core into the game. But, I think the two-handed rework definitely gave a lot more flexibility with different options that are available. Now, not all AoE skills are equal. Also, nerf Gilgamesh. So. We'll have to see. We'll have to see, man. It's definitely going to change in the future. I can tell you that with the new balance update that they're doing as well. It's going to be some challenging times for Gilgamesh. So we'll just have to take and see what that's. Yeah, Ymir Brilliant Feathers is really great, Jose. I think that it does give a lot of options in order to take and provide people with new options for dungeons and for towers. One of my friends, or one of the viewers here, his name is Handel. He's really enjoying using the Ymir Brilliant Feathers because he doesn't have a good Swan Song or Gandering. Well, he recently has a new Gandering. He's like, you know what? The Swan Song was great, but the Gandering, that was taking it to the next level because that's the weapon that I'm using right now in order to help me out with that, with the towers. You have to kind of work around the arcane immunity people or the people that are resistant to it. There are 3 mobs here. I mean, it definitely seems like you're a magic enjoyer. You got a 195% Gandering. Very nice. Very nice, St. Simon. That's better than mine. Mine's a 192. It gets the job done, though. So, you know, I'm happy about that. Yeah, Swan Song is very rare to get. Oh, you weren't supposed to say that. You weren't supposed to tell me that, ZR. Now you're making me sad by sacrificing your realm shifter ascension levels and putting it into Beowulf. Why you gotta do that, bro? But it's all good, man. You know, do what you want to do. You knew you would. On purposely trying to take and bait me, I see. I do, Jose. I do have some risen pumpkinless. I do have some risen pumpkinless that I can trade. I am in the market for a couple different raids right now, or unique raids. So we can take and talk about that through Discord, probably rather than talking about that on stream for the trade. So we can easily have the easier documentation of what we want to trade and stuff like that on the books, or at least on a chat, something like that. I know that Arisen Pumpkinless is a really great piece of gear to have for people. And luckily, there is some alternative versions of the Pumpkinless gear that are available later on this month or leading into the beginning of next month with the Arisen Rift Distortion raid. That has a lot of great different things there that can help out. Let's see, any more chests up here? Oh, I found an Enteros mob over here, so hello there, Enteros. That is May. That is the Orniversary, or the birthday of Orna, Ectogemets. That is when the devs, or the people that design and create and promote the game, become the raids that we can beat up and take their stuff from them. And the Arisen Waygates, or Other Realms as it used to be called, back in my days. But as soon as I get done with this tower, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be focused on looking at the Heretic. With all the new stuff with Heretic, trying out some new builds, cooking a little bit. But take care, St. Simon. You have a great night as well, man. Peace. Oh, we got 2 of them here. Why, hello there, Enteros. Let's see. Yeah, they're definitely bringing it back. But I'll be doing some dungeons as well, Jose, so, hold on, Of course, if y'all want to join, the more the merrier. We can have up to 4 people in the party. We can also take and reach out in the Discord, too. Post your friend, put your in-game name or IGN over there. And y'all can add one another. I have a dungeon chat channel in there for a reason, so make sure you click the rules on the Discord in order to see access to that channel. If you haven't already, just click the thumbs up icon saying that you agree to those rules, and then you'll be able to get full access to the different sections of the Discord. If you haven't done so already. So if y'all want to wait, just like 10, 15, 20 minutes, then I can take and help you out with this. I know everyone's in a different time zone in the world, so not everyone may have the same availability. So I understand that people may have to go soon. You can just let me know. Well, if you check out the useful information on in my Discord, there's a video by, his name is Kevin Slaughters, I believe. So, he's also a fellow Kevin. And he explains how to take and do it. It's mainly for Android only. So, the Spark Notes or the quick tips, it's Android only. It's not for iOS. So, sorry, not sorry. The thing is, the resolution not so comfortable. I mean, if you want to, Jose, if you can send me some photos on it, you can send me those photos of like your resolution for your computer, and then I can take and maybe provide some advice or think about it a little bit. How do you turn the table like that? Oh, turn the screen. So this is mainly for tablets. So once you go past 600 DPI and the developer options mode, it will turn it into tablet mode. So this is mainly resolved around your phone's DPI or screen size there. So normally if you're on a phone, I would keep it under 600 unless you want it to be this way. Hello there, Bobby CG49. Been playing a week, and just looking at this UI sort of intimidates me. Lol. Well, this is definitely stuff that's more towards the late game. What's cool about this game is that every tier you go up, so every 25 levels, you progress higher and higher, you will unlock something new in the game. And towers, which is the big building I'm doing right now, or the castle that you may see in the future. When you get to tier 8, you'll be able to first see them. You won't be able to enter them, but you'll be able to see them. Are like these kind of like roguelike, one life kind of things, where if you die, you lose half of your total tower shards. Right here at the top, you can see by the Oceanist. That is the theme of the tower. So I'd still get 5,300 and change if I lost here, but I'm not gonna lose. because, you know, I'm a gamer and I'm a professional, so I know what I'm doing here. But of course, if you have any questions, Bobby, you're more than welcome that they can ask it. It's great to have you over here. But yes, definitely that is something, Ectogametes, that if you are playing on a phone and you're playing, you know, a mobile game or just using a program on your phone for a long period of time, it will eventually take and cause your phone to heat up. So that's why I recommend that, you know, take breaks in between if your phone's heating up. That they can help to prevent it from taking and, you know, overheating. Yeah, that's that. Well, you're 155, so you're currently tier 7 in the game right now, according to that. Bobby CG. Um, so roughly around tier 5 through tier 7 is when the game starts to get a lot more challenging for some people, because you'll see there's a lot of different monsters and bosses that hit a lot harder now. So one thing I would recommend, Bobby, is to make sure that when you're entering a dungeon, to make sure that you always buff up with like defense and resistance spells on after the 4th or 5th floor of the dungeon, because on that floor you'll have a weaker monsters or bosses in order to fight. It's most likely going to be bosses in this scenario. So what if you can do, if you can buff up 1 or 2 times and then take out a couple of monsters and then buff up some more and then use some mana potions and get to the floor, it'd help out. But also it would help me out more as well, Bobby, so you told me what class that you're playing, so then I can take and maybe give you some pointers on what they can do for that class. Because each class has their own strengths and weaknesses that they bring to the table. Archdruid at the moment, so that's good. So then you probably got Druids when you were tier 5. And then you got one of the Mage classes, so you're going down the Omnimancy path line. So that's great, because our Omnimancy class line just got the rework, or the Mage class lines. There's a lot of cool stuff to learn with that. So after I finish this tower, which will be in about maybe 10 or so minutes, I'll be able to take and go there, and I can give you some pointers on what you can do. Because I'm still learning about the new Mage rework myself. So we can all learn together. Yes, there is a Twitch ad right now. So I'll wait that minutes before doing that, or I'll repeat what I just said. Alright, well, welcome back. Still got a little bit of time left on the Twitch ad. I can kind of see it on the top screen up here. Where my mouse is going that way. You can't see it because this is the edge of my screen, but you know, I'm pointing that way. So I'll just wait a little bit longer and I'll take and tell you some stuff. Alright, so there we go. So welcome back, everyone. So what I was sharing, Bobby, is that you have the Druid, you unlock the Druid class as tier 5, so you have the Golem's Fortitude and the Jin's Talent and Mimic's Mischief, which are very important spells for an Archdruid. And you can use Bear's Might as well if you are a physical attack enjoyer, but I like Mimic's Mischief because it gives you a little bit of both. But it does have a chance to reduce your stats, so that's where the accessories come in handy. So after I finish this tower, in a few minutes, I'll take and be able to go over a little bit about you. Okay, well that's good to know. So you definitely are on the road a lot if you're a trucker. And then I'll give you some important tips when you're traveling. But please be careful and be safe. You know, I know you already know this. You know, I'm not your mom, but I'm still going to tell you anyway. Come on, arrows. There we go. But one of the things is to take and look out for the settlements, Bobby. If you can take the lower tier settlements, help gear in your other Souls character for the player versus player stuff. Well, that's good. Come on. Oh, you and your second chance, Arisen Demeter. Almost to the top of the tower so we can get the fight. You know what, we're just gonna battle this one right here and go to the top. Yeah, I do have a lot of spell slots here. It's about 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 4 is 20. I think I could add more than that, but each class, as you level up higher, you get more spell slots. There's also some specializations or specialized specs you can go into that can give you extra spell slots as well. So if you like to have a lot of spells, definitely the Mage class is one of those classes. Where this is like kind of like a deity is kind of like I do what I want. I can be a tank, I can be a DPS, I can be a mage. You know, I do what I want to do kind of thing. Right now I'm playing it as like kind of like an assassin warrior kind of DPS. Alright, so here we go. We have found the Titan. The Titan Oceanus. So you can see here on the Codex, I have taken out a lot of Titan Oceanus. You know, me and Titan Oceanus, you know, we've battled many times in the past. And it gives you special weapon adornments or augments that you can equip to your special tower weapons when you get them. You can see they're weak to earth, but they're resistant to fire and immune to water. So I'm going to use an ability called Ultimate Strikes, which does all the elements. So it's mainly going to do all of them. And it's going to do super effective damage because she is weak to one element. If she was not weak to one of them, then it would do resisted damage. So you kind of already know the general wording. You know, red is resisted, white or yellow is neutral, and then blue is super effective. So that's the color scheme here. So I'm gonna blast her a little bit with these. So you can see the blue damage. So I'm doing every time that I cast ability and my mana lowers, I gain a little bit more power. Those are for my health as well, but I'm just going to keep it simple here. So voila, 27,147. So let me just respond to something real quick. Alright, so now we are going to go over to the Mage, or the Omnimancy path. So here we go. So we're going to take a look at this a little bit. So Archdruids has Mana Flask. So we have the Aligned Sigil Flask, gives an opponent an elemental sigil that matches your aligned faction. The number of opponents affected will depend on the Mana Flask charge. The spell may grant an additional turn. Cool, cool. Repetition Flash repeats the last successful spell that you cast during this battle. Nature Called Flask, a called nature which brings forth the forest animals to serve you in battle. Mana Ray Flask unleashes a thin beam of mana energy. This spell cannot miss and is effective piercing through an opponent's resistance. The Mana Surge Flask, an unfocused blast of magic energy that hits all opponents in battle. The power of the blast is determined by the Mana Flash charges. Hitting multiple opponents at once may grant an additional turn. So cool. So that is your current class, Bobby. So you have the other classes. So as you progress further into the Magic class line, you will unlock different classes, as you can see here. So today we'll be covering the Heretic Corvus and the Heretic Aura, because those are the two Celestial Tower classes that you can get when you get to tier 10. You can technically unlock the Omnimancer Antila and the Omnimancer Aura when you are tier 9 if you choose so. So we're going to go over each one of them and my thoughts on them before I even test them out. So Heretic Aura. So we're going to go with the abilities first rather than the spells, because I already have a general idea of the spells. So for the passive ability, it has Mana Flask 4 or 5. I think it's 4. Utilizing elemental spells in battle will charge up to 4 Mana Flask and 1 Blood Flask, allowing you to unleash Mana Flask abilities when fully charged. When you start battle with 1 Mana Flask nearly filled, exploiting elemental weaknesses in battle will charge Mana Flask faster. And then we have the Efficacious 2. When casting multi-turn spells, damage taking will be reduced. Additionally, spells cast against enemies with elemental immunities will receive partial damage instead of none, so that's cool. So the example is there are monsters that are immune to certain elements, so do a fraction of that. So we will see how that does. So that's cool. We have a 40% damage mitigation when casting a multi-turn spell. So that's great. And then the elemental immunity means that they will take 25% of the damage that originally would be immune, is my understanding of that. And then I kind of know this stuff already. Not really this part. I kind of know this one, but I'm going to read over it. The Iconoclast. So as your mana lowers, you get more stats, which is cool. Omnimancy, meaning that I can be like, you know what, I'm just going to be immune to dragon right now. Or I'll take resisted damage to dark, because I feel like it. So that's cool wizard stuff right there. Steadfast means that if I get inflicted or somebody tries to stun me or freeze me or paralyze me, then I have a 50% chance to resist that. Doesn't mean I'm immune to it. That's where the accessories come into play. And then Mana Rush, which is a second chance. So if I get hit with a big attack that does a lot of damage that may one-shot me, then I can drain 50% of my mana to survive at 1 health and reduce my mana and keep on fighting. And it can happen multiple times as well, which is cool. And then this is the special passive to the Aura. So You could break the maximum damage limits and deal extra damage based on the mark of those celestial sigils, but spells cost more mana. So you can see, usually the regular spells cost 25. And then the damage limit is plus 400%, which is amazing. But the sigils cost 15% more mana. So we're going to go over the mana flask right here. So there's the sigil mana flask, which kind of goes in conjunction with the aura passive. So that's probably going to put a sigil on somebody. So the more mana flask, meaning the more sigils. You can get an additional turn occasionally. Infection Flask temporary grants increased defense and resistance, or Inflection Flask grants temporary defense and resistance. The guarantees turns of these status effects will last depending on the mana flask charges. So the more mana flask that you use when you use this flask, that means that you will have it last longer. We remember repetition flask repeats the same one. We know mana ray. Blood Loss Flask deals immense damage to oneself, or blah, deals immense mana damage to oneself and take an additional turn. Okay, that's interesting. Mana Seep Flask consumes a blood flask for the chance to cast Mana Seep on oneself. When one has Mana Seep, a percentage of mana will be burned away each turn, so it helps work with the Iconoclast right here. Okay, so that is the Heretic Aura. And then we go to Heretic Corvus. We're going to check out this. So Blood Flask 2. So this one, I have more Blood Flask than I have a Mana Flask. You can see which one has more favoritism for that. So we see utilizing elemental spells in battle will charge up to 3 Mana Flasks and 2 Blood Flasks, allowing you to unleash either Mana Flask abilities or Blood Magic. When fully charged, you will start the battle with 1 Mana Flask filled and 1 Blood Flask half filled. It's one elemental beaks in battle will charge Mana Flask faster. So we have Iconoclast. So I'm not going to go over the same things I went over before. So Iconoclast, Steadfast, Mystic Feather. This is a Thief passive. So for those that don't know, that's the Heretic Corvus can wear Mage and Thief gear. So they're quite cool. And then they have the Flask of Corvus, meaning that the Mana Flask and Blood Flask would charge much faster, which can come in handy. And then a new passive right here that I can't wait to try out as well, which is the Critical Poise. Stat effects are most likely to fade, or less likely to fade, on any turn that you land a critical hit. So we're gonna see what the flasks do though, because you're gonna have some different flasks here. So hold on, Bobby. But I'll give you some pointers as well for that once we get there. So at the Mana Flask here, we have Repetition, Mana Ray, Blood Flask Ray. Okay, this one's different. Unleash a thin beam of celestial energy. This spell cannot miss. It affects a piece of opponent's resistance. So there's 2. So this is cool. So it looks like the Heretic Corvus has 2 different rays that are able to take and pierce the opponent's resistance, and this one can actually crit, so that's cool. We had the Blood Loss Flask again, and then we had the Banishment Flash, exiled Avalon Magic that removes summons from the field depending on a Blood Flash charge. That's one cool way in order to fight the summoner. And then we have Mana Seep Flask as well that reduces the mana. Excuse me. So cool. The spells, I kind of already have an idea what these spells do, but I will show you what I'll be testing with each one of these. So originally I was drawn towards Corvus because Thief is my favorite class line. So I'm going to be trying out Corvus and then I will try out Aura. I think Aura does have some cool thing with this Ephesus and the Mana Flask. I think that's cool with that for potential other stuff, but overall I do think that that for dungeon carrying, I think that Corvus is just going to be a lot better. So I'm going to take and do some cooking with Corvus right now. I'll be using the Blades of Finesse specialization. This is a special one you get from completing the stuff in the Conqueror's Guild or the Blades of Finesse arena. What Blades of Finesse does for people that don't know, is that it has this cool ability called Parting Remarks, so you'll often gain a turn after landing a finishing blow. So this is a 45% chance to gain an extra turn when you take out an opponent's, or multiple one has multiple chances to proc. And Swashbuckler is your attack grows when equipped with less defense. Now technically there is the baby one that people can get right now if they're not tier 9, which is this one, which has the same passive ability, but just not the Swashbuckler. So what's cool with this one as well is that it also gives you cool abilities the other one does not. So these are all mainly physical attacks, so I'm not going to be using these a lot on Corvus, but I mainly want this for the Swashbuckler and Parting Remarks for a couple reasons. So let me go over my build, or we're going to craft the build together in order to try it out. Let's see, Nathan Loon. Are there any buffs for Parting Remarks to increase the chance of it proccing yet? So, regarding the Blades of Finesse Parting Remark specialization, the answer is no. Now, if you're a Realm Shifter, there are ways for you to increase your avidity rather than just your base avidity. Avidity 1 is 5%, 2 is 15%, 3 is 20%. The max is 30% for avidity, so you can use adornments like these bristles here, or other things in order to increase said avidity. Now, they recently did rework the scrolls. As you can see here, the Demon Forge Arisen Witch Scroll gives you Ward and gives you Foresight, but I'm not going to be using that right now. I will be using the Swan Song for this test and the Trevelyan Storm, or Trevelyan Staff. So I'm mainly going to be doing Swan Song because I like Swan Song. I have to get my crit rate adjusted for this. So we're going to see what I have right now and how much that I need at the moment. So right now I have 85%, so I need another 10% in order to guarantee that I can crit without needing to get a crit buff, which is my goal. I do have 5 slots available, so I will mix and match that with some other stuff right now while I have the chance in my little building at the moment. So we're going to go with the wind. I'm going to put 2 of these. So it's 8%. And then 2 of these. So that's going to give me my 10% right here. And then the rest I will put in some magic pinions in there. The Azure pinions. So we go to magic. And we're not going to use the really good ones. We'll use some of these over here. Some very nice ones to give me some magic. 1 and I think 2. You can count it out at 6. Let me double check real quick. Alright, that looks good. The Amity that I'm using is the one I used before, which is the Bestial Bond 1 with 40% crits. Let me check out my stats at the moment to see where I'm at. I have 3,300 attack, 4,900 magic. So let me explain why I wanted to take and use the Blades of Finesse for this reason. So the weapon Swan Song has a passive ability. Let me go here so I can show it to y'all. So we're just going to go with this one, for example. It has the ability of Swan Song, which uses both your attack and your magic stats to cast the famous Swan Song. Swan Song can take and hit all opponents, and it can crit. So it's going to work pretty well. That's why I have crit gems in my gear at the moment in order to help out. Well, I'd recommend, if you can, Bobby, is to build the Amity building here. I have a skin for it, but you can see right here, this is the building. It's called the Oracle Temple. Highly recommend, if you haven't already, upgrade the building to level 10, because if it's not, then when you attempt the ritual, you have a chance for it to fail and not give you one. So it's gold well spent. You get one free one every day. And there's a couple other ways you can get some. You can buy them with in-game currency. You can recycle amethyst that you don't want with the recollection. You can take, let's say, these 3 right here, and I can recollect it, and I will get another one back, and I'll get 1 Proofs of Remembrance, which is the currency for this guild. Hello there, Trey. I'm going over the Mage class right now. How are you doing today? And what's cool is that you can take and buy different amethysts in here for the Proofs of Remembrance. So be on the lookout. You could get some good stuff. Well, glad that you got back from work, Trey. Hope work was well for you. Right now I'm going over a Heretic Corvus build that I'll be trying out today. So I'll be doing some dungeons together with the stream. So if people would like to run some dungeons, let me know. I'm going to assemble the party together for this dungeons. Another day, another 10 cents. Well, I'm hoping next day you make 12 cents or more. So yeah, people do want to join me for some dungeon runs. You can let me know. Put your name down in the chats. If you haven't already, add me. If you haven't added me yet, of course, my name is Ace Farmer Kevo. And you know what? I might be changing the appearance. We're gonna change the appearance. So we're gonna go to appearance. We're gonna go away from the traditional. This is what the originally would look like right here for the base Corvus skin, which does look kind of cool. A mage with a magical scythe in its hand. But, you know, we want a little bit better than that. It is the Riftfall event, so I'm going to type in Rift. And I'm going to choose one of these skins here. I'm looking for a magic skin, though. So, I'm thinking that this one might work, but I don't want the shield, really. So I might go with the with the ninja theme, because technically I am a magical thief here. So I think this one looks kind of cool right here. This is one of the legendary skins you can get from this month from the rune shop, where you actually have to spend real life money, or if you have cool friends, then they can give it to you as well, which is always nice. So I do appreciate the people that gifted me this skin in the past. It looks like Trey is down, so he got 1 person already. I'm going to take and get an invite from this guy to invite me to the party. We're going to be going to Chakra. That's the way vessel we're going to be going to. Alright, Butts Buffet. I will set that. I will toss you an invite right now. And then I'll get Trey invited as well. So that's 3 out of the 4 party members. We still have a little bit more space. So Bobby, if you want to dig and join, you can. So we got Trey. Trey is next. So we're just going to do a few Anguish. We're not going to do a whole bunch. So just put on lower amounts. It could be under 7. 1 is fine. Because we're mainly going to be doing some normals. Be testing outs. Because I do want to farm more of the hearts before the end of the events. Right now I've been fortunate enough to be such a gamer to where I've farmed out 3 heart achievements. But I want to farm 1 more. So that means I'm going to have to farm out a lot of hearts in order to do that. So we're going to be farming some normals. Chakra's got plenty of normals over there for us to take and run. So I'm going to, first off, I'm going to check my Oracle shop, or not Oracle, my Monumental Guild. Every day at 0 UTC, which in my time is roughly about an hour ago. This shop resets for the items and the gear. So right now I can buy Arisen Riftguard helmets, iron, runestone, darkstone, red draconite, waterstone, and steel. I do not need any of these materials right now. I am probably going to buy this just to dismantle it for more materials, because I do have a large amount of proofs of avarice myself by forfeiting lots of gear. So I'll do that later on. Oh, well, looks like they reset our guild karma. Well, that's something. I'll have to dig and trade some other stuff for that in due time. Okay, game. Okay. Thanks for letting us know. But once again, we're going to go over to Chakra's Way Vessel. For those new people that are watching, Way Vessels are portals. They go to other parts of the world that people have their Way Vessel or their portal set up. So I don't know where Chakra is located. I forgot. Haven't had the chance to ask them. But if people want to take and share just what city they live in, so we can see where their Way Vessel is located at in what part of the world, I'll go first, not be the awkward guy to ask everyone else and then share. So I'm from Louisiana, which is the south of the United States of America, at the bottom near the Gulf of Mexico. And you don't have to share if you don't want to, but if people do want to share, they're more than welcome to share. But I'm gonna head over here right now. Houston, of course. Okay, cool. We're gonna go with the Beastfeld here. Okay, so both of y'all are from Texas. Okay, small world. Actually, we're all kind of like next to another, because like y'all are like the next door neighbor to me, and y'all two are like closer. Well, technically, I don't know how far that part of Texas is from Houston. I used to live in Houston a long time ago, from Katrina days, of course, as y'all all know what happened during that time. Yeah, out of South Carolina. Okay, Bobby. Cool ectogametes. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on the tails. The tails of the kitty cats to help me out. I should call them that. But I will have around 554 sites. I can jump it higher if we need to. I just decided to use the Beastfeld garb in order to take and give me the Berserk for more damage. What the tails do, ectogamete, is that they give me luck, and then they give me a 1% drop rate for the gear from monster and bosses that drop. So it's similar to the love event, but you have it in an item. Plus it gives you some mana as well. So the base quality tail, which you get from completing the Thronemaker quest line, gives you the 50%. Well, that's good, Bobby. What you would want to do actually is battle the settlements. So you'll see here on your options you have settlements. I'm not going to see any because you can't see other settlements your Way Vessel. If you can claim as many settlements as you can while traveling, it will help out because you can get rewards to help you get cool stuff in the future from those rewards. Or get extra stuff. But let me know, Trey and Ectogametes, whenever you're here, and we will join and we'll get started. If anyone else wants to join us, they're more than welcome to. We still have one more space for the dungeon, and then possibly one more space for XP share if we have somebody within the 25 level range. So Ectogametes is there, so let me know when you are here, Mr. Trey. Okay. That's all good. It's all good. I am going to keep with this pet because of the amity that I have right now. I'm going to zoom out And I'm going to pop my Torch and Farsights. Probably just refresh these two right here. Alright. So let me make sure I have the right spells right now. I have Aravesta, I have Thin Blade, I got these buffs. I'm probably just going to use Jin's talents right now. Well, you know what, I'll use Mimic. I'll use the Mimics. I have Gator Thread, because I don't want to be super squishy. So I'm going to add some of the new spells on here. So let's see. The spells I'm going to add from here are going to be the Mana Seep, the Blood Loss, and I think I'm going to do all the flasks but the Banishment Flask. So let me see where these new spells are at. So let's see, I'm going to take out this because I don't need this. Maybe it's going to be under other. Maybe? Is it? No, it looks like it might be under spells, maybe? Summons, Arcane, Dragon Hold. Let me just type in Flask. Let me see. Am I spelling it wrong? Let me see. Where can I find these? I might have to use them inside the dungeon. I think we're gonna. It might be a separate tab. We're gonna find out. That's our right, Trey. We got plenty of dungeons, plenty of dungeon spots to run. I'm not gonna run it hard mode. We might once I get everything figured out. But here we go, folks. Looking for Trey and Ectogamete or Buff Buffet. Or Butts Buffet. C1, there is number 2. Alright, looks like Trey is first, so I can change the gear there. So let's see, Flask. Ah, so there it is right there. Okay, okay. I want to see this. What does this do? Oh, that's very nice. I do like that. Yeah, yeah. They went Path of Exile on us, Ectogamete said. Alright, alright. Well, I think I'm going to take and change out my gear after this dungeon so I can go first. So I'm glad that you got that. I'm going to take and at least get some regular buffs up real quick. I think I'll do it right now. I don't really think I'm going to need the Berserk, so I'm going to go back to the Wind Tamer robe to help us out, or help me out. So let me do that. So don't worry, we're pausing the dungeon for a little bit. I'm believing in the heart of the cards here, believing in the power of the flask here. So the critical chain is working because I am keeping these buffs right here that I did use. I'm going to go with Aravesta so I can lower my mana a little bit more. So in theory, this temporary all should stay a while. It only has a 3% chance to fade as long as I'm critting, which is pretty nice. So I could be cooking with some different gear, but I'm pretty happy right now with this. And for reference, I do have 23 Ascension levels in this class. So, looks like the blood flask really isn't going up. I think the blood flask might only go up if actually I take damage, possibly. That's my guess. I'm not going to really use them because I have no real use for them right now because I have my buffs right now, considering I only have one buff. I'm doing this much damage. It's pretty nice because I am at 89% of the iconoclast, or the blue line is what it's mainly referred to. Charges with each elemental weakness attack. That's right. That's right. That's right, Bobby. Let's see this. All right, there you go. I gave you all a turn. Might try and buff up a little bit more, but I guess for the most part, I don't really need a lot of the flask for this build. Maybe for other builds you may need some more flask for it. But let me see what I can possibly think of, possibly to add. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll add a Luga's Gauntlet, so in case I get a triple attack up, then that will greatly increase my magical powers. Let's see, I didn't do that one, so we're going to do this one next. So we're going to see how this goes. The reason how is because I have a tablet ectoplasm. I'm on a tablet, so this is the size of the screen right here, so it has everything. I did read it too, but you know, sometimes you have to practice it. You have to practice it a good amount. So I'm just gonna buff up now. Oh, I might be able to bring Omni Blast to help out with elemental weakness stuff. That would help because Omni Blast is like a mix of all the elements, so it might help. Actually, it might not. I'm not really a big of a fan of the Blood Flask, considering that I only need to use it once actually for it to work. So I'm actually just going to try and fully buff up here, and I'll let Butts Buffet or Ectogamets take out the stuff here. Okay, that's one way to lower my health there. Alright, we're going to go with the Blood Flask. There we go. Well, that's alright. That's okay, Bobby. You know, you can always ask those questions if you got them. I'm trying to figure out how this would work. I guess you can technically make this work with Bard. I can see how this could work with Bard as well, because you could take and use the repetition flask to take and do more, repeat the mage dance again. But overall, I don't think I'm really using it how... Well, I'm using it in a different way that's maybe not originally intended, but the way that I think would work the most. But there we go. We got the triple magic up right there, and we got the temporary all and the triple attack up, so I can use an attack spell if I really wanted to. So now we're doing some really nice damage now. And this isn't in full buff. I didn't use the Gate of Thrud to help out, so that I could have been an additional 25% damage. Alright, Bobby. Let's see, I'm going to take and do this for more damage. I'm going to try it another way. I'm going to try this another way. So, first off, let me see someone joined. Hello there, Justy. Welcome. I saw they joined the Discord and they just popped off for a little bit. But what I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about trying out Magi. Because with Magi, you could do different elemental attacks, so I might be able to use the more Blood Flask, but I don't really know if it's worth using the Blood Flask for that. So let me just double check and see. It would be... It would be this one right here. I'd use the Mana Seep Flask, and I'd use the... Possibly. Disciple of Onion, thank you for the invite for the dungeon. And who do we got here? It is Bobby for following. Thank you, Bobby, for following. Yeah, I'll give this a shot, but ultimately, I think it might be better with the other stuff. So let me add the spells that I'm gonna need. Oh, yep, because I'm Magi, I have extra spells. So let me just make sure I have the right spells here, because they're AoE spells. Spells, it's going to be Chain Lightning, Nature, Winter Wind, and Wildfire. All good, Trey. Oh, that was you in the voice chat. Okay, well, good to know. We're gonna do winter, I think. Alright, so we're gonna try this out. It's a little bit different way to play it. We're gonna be trying using the different elemental attacks from Magi to help us out. So here we go. So we're gonna go with the buffs first. So Mimic. Yeah, you know, I'm doing some testing. I'm gonna take and, you know, try some different stuff off stream probably. I just want to try some stuff on stream just to kind of get the idea of what it is. And then I'm going to take and make a video about it in due time. Well, he probably has the Tarnished King's Crown on right now. Ectogamete is my guess. The Tarnished King's Crown is pretty good. Alright, so we're going to go with Spell. We're going to go with... Actually, we're going to go here. We're going to go with the... we're going to go with Chain Lightning. I'm going to go lightning again. So now the flasks are charging up. It's working, it's working. So now I'm going to use the Mana Seep Flask. So there we go. So the Mana Seep Flask works. So now I have this thing called Mana Seep. So I'm going to be losing some stuff per turn now. And then now I'm going to cast the Chain Lightning now. Hello there, Burden. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So now I should be losing mana each turn. Yes, I'm losing mana each turn, but it's not enough. I'm going to be using the Blood Flask in due time, so I'm going to be using the Chain Lightning now. Help charge up that Blood Flask. We're going to go with the Winter Wild here. Not really dealing the damage, but you know what we're doing, Bird. We're trying out the mage stuff, trying out different stuff. I'm going to use the... I'm going to wait until the Blood Flask is higher. So I'm going to keep on hitting these things with the Chain Lightning for now. It's not a lot of damage, but it's going to ramp up once I get the mana lower. I'm mainly doing dungeons today, Burden, so I'm not really going to try the vested stuff quite yet. I might try out a build with that. We'll have to see. But looks like the Blood Loss Flask is working. So there you go. Now I'm at 0 mana. So there we go. I'm at full power, 125% stats because of Magi. So now I can take and do Swan Song and start critting and keeping all the buffs. So there you go. That's it, folks, right there. You don't need any more mana. I got them fully buffed up, or almost fully buffed up. So there we go. So there you go. I was able to get the full power by using the power of Magi, because Magi gives me an additional 25% stats whenever I'm at less than 1% mana. So that's how I got this. So there we go. And I can use Berserks as well to get more damage, but that's how it works with Magi. So that's cool. I might try and do an Aura Vesta thing. I'm not quite sure. Let me just take and just see again. Because I mainly want to see what mana flask I'm going to use for this. I guess I'd do the same. I'd do the same thing. I would do the Blood Loss Flask and I do the Mana Seep Flask probably combined, or I do the Blood Loss Flask because that normally takes away a lot of the stuff. But I don't know if I'll be using different stuff. To me, I just don't think that Heretic Aura is that much of a dungeon class to make it work well. So I'm just gonna stick with this for now because I like the Magi right now. Trying something a little bit out of the box with this. But the goal right now, Burden, is doesn't the Vestige or Vestigia only hits only hit like, you know, so many targets kind of thing? Like, I'm looking for something that hits everybody. That's my goal. There is a full clear one. Okay. Alright, so there's the Mana Seep. And that's the new DDR spell, correct, Burton, is what you're talking about? Well, we'll give it a shot after this one. We will cook. We will cook. Well, that's an accent. It's Heretic Aura is what the ones that uses. It's from Heretic Aura. Yeah, that's true, Trey. Very big true right there. It's great when it hits everyone. It's not great when it doesn't hit everyone. I'm gonna go for the big damage. We're gonna go for Get a Thrud right here. That's alright, that's okay. So we can also go this way as well, which is just keeping the mana, just letting it slowly, seep away as the spell is intended, and be happy with this. Because it still would give me mana to use spells if I need to use spells rather than using the 2 blood flask. So I think this is ultimately the safer way to do it, because I'm still doing the damage that I need to do. Eventually I do get back to the 1 or 0 mana. But there you go, Trey, you can take out that. Endless, it's gonna be, definitely, I'm gonna have a lot of cooking to do before I do Endless with this. Aura Vestige, this one right here, the tier 10, deals massive celestial damage to an opponent marked with 3 or more sigils. This spells will also charge Mana Flask. Targets every opponent in battle. Okay. We're gonna cook with this. Well, the thing is, Trey, me being a chef, in my younger years, I am a perfectionist at heart, so I like to do things perfect. I'm willing to experiment and make mistakes, but I want to take and present a good product to the people. So we're gonna cook with this, Burton. We're gonna cook. They said let them cook. I said okay. We're gonna let them cook. Burton says here's these ingredients, chef. I need you to cook something with this. I'm like, all right, let's see what we can do with this. And for reference, Burton, and for other people, this is with 23 ascension levels here. And I could probably take and use no, I am definitely younger than that. I am 30. I'm going to be 32 this year. I'm not older than that. A chef that is giving Breaking Bad vibes, just saying. You good over there, Trey? So let's see, 33% on that. All good, all good. I mean, to be fair, Bobby, I Louisiana is a hospitality state, so we do cooking for a lot of jobs, either the good cooking or the bad cooking. I was one of those good cooks. I wasn't one of those bad cooks from Breaking Bad. You tested with prom hands, lol, Godspeed, brother. Okay. I mean, you know, this is only the first time that I've used it. You know, you can't give me too many ingredients, man. I don't want to take and I don't want to take and, you know, prepare something that has like 27 ingredients. So we're working on it one step at a time. I'm trying to go from reasonable to unreasonable, or more harder to obtain for this stuff. So we're gonna see. I'm trying to use the blood steep flask, but it's not really working right now. But I guess I need to have it higher in order to work. Oh no, it's working. I guess it's working. I just don't see it because I am losing mana. It failed. How dare you fail me, Flask? How dare you? Oh no, that's actually just me taking and doing this. But okay. I see what we can potentially cook with this. I see the dream. I see the vision. Must have been a bottomless flask. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I mean, I see the potential in this. I like it. I think it's great for towers as a good option now with this, especially with Heretic. You can make this work a little bit better with Heretic, but we're gonna see. My flasks are mighty charged up, so now it's gotta work. Now it's gotta work. You have to work. You must. There we go. I got it. Got the mana seep to work. At the cost of my magic powers, though, which is sad. But it's a price I'm willing to take, you know, in order to cook up some dishes. Now, hopefully the Mammons don't cook me. I would prefer that they don't. We made it through. Okay, so now we're going to cook with a little bit of the ingredients that Burton was sharing with me. Now, I don't think I have one of them available in order to properly cook. Well, let's see, what do I have to cook in here? What do I have? What celestial tower weapons do I have to cook in here? We have this, so that's one. That's the crits that he was referring to. Let me check out the spell real quick. See what's the base crit rate of said spell. So let me see. So it is a 5% crit, so it's just like Swan Song. So I need to have 95% crit rate, so I'm going to need a lot of crits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one then. So this is 49% crits, so that is roughly 1% more than the wonderful, amazing other build had. So okay, so we got some stuff. We got some stuff. We are cooking. Let me make sure the crit is correct. 96. I'm gonna let Magi go right now. We're gonna go back to the drawing board and we're gonna take and use Blades of Finesse because I'm a Blades of Finesse enjoyer at heart. Stats. I have 0 defense, as I should. Pure swashbuckler through and through here. All right, well let's see what we can get with this. So overlook your twisted humor. Got the Berserk 2, so that's something. It was okay, but I'm still cooking a little bit. I'm still cooking. I don't know. I might need more mana for this build, so I'm definitely not going to use the other flask. But what's good, though, is because I'm running Disciple of Finesse, I can just supplement it by chugging mana potions myself. And going from there. How dare you miss my attack? We're going to use Magic 1 just for this. I think the Aura Vestaga, I guess I'm going to call it Aura Vestaga. I think it's good, Bert. But ultimately, I think I can do better with more Ascension levels, obviously, you know, or more stats going with it, which would help out. But I think it's pretty good. I'm still cooking with it. We're still cooking. I think using the Origin Imagination is good because it gives you a lot of buffs with it. As you can see what I've gotten. Let me know if you need the resets Ectogamete. I haven't gotten the Titan's Power yet, so I haven't gotten the Fight Channel, but we can dig and get a good estimate of what it's going to be whenever I get to lower mana. Right now I'm still doing around 60k right now, 60 to 70 or 50 to 70 depending on the defense and resistance right now. Thank you for granting me another turn. Pew pew pew. Ooh, wow. Well, that was something. What was that? What was that? Blood Ray Flask crit for 718k, almost 719k damage. That was pretty nice. That was a very nice crit indeed, Trey. You know, I'm like, okay, so I'm starting to see the potential with the Vestaga. I see the potential. I see it. Probably Blades of Finesse. Well, I like Blades of Finesse for the extra turns because I like having extra turns. To be fair, trying to think what else I can do. I think that's probably the most I can do because this is the most magic I'm gonna get. Because what I just forgot to explain what hybrid does earlier for those people that don't know what hybrid does. 1 minute. Is that hybrid takes 65% of your attack and 65% of your magic, and it combines it together. That's what hybrid does. I don't have hybrid right now. It's mainly crits right now, so I could probably take and use a magic weapon with the crit adornments on it to get more damage out of it than using this, because this is originally for that. So definitely I can use Disciple of Finesse and be safer and put on tankier gear. But we're just testing right now. So luckily I don't really need to take and do that, but that helps. Okay, got that tray. So let's see, we got... So what can I do? What can I do? I think this is pretty much like pretty okay right now. I could probably use different pieces of gear to get more temporary buffs. But I'm going to try it out. We're going to keep on going. But let me know, Jose, if you're there, if you want to run some dungeons. Ooh, steak and eggs. I do like steak and eggs. I could probably have that for any meal of the day. So let's see. I'm definitely going to run out of mana. I could potentially put in a Mountainous Acorn in my build, and that might give me enough mana. I'm just going to keep on going until I run out of mana to get a good estimates. I'm going to try and do the Repetition Flask to save mana. But it failed, unfortunately. Because you would think that, you know, okay, I'm using Aura Vestaga right now, and I use the Repetition Flask, and the Repetition Flask uses Aura Vesta. That would be like my overall understanding of this right here. I'm going to wait until, yep, I have another one charged up. We're going to take and use this one, and it did not work again, so I'm confused. I'm like a little confused and trying to figure out what exactly the Repetitious Flask. Now, to be fair, I did not read the Northern Forge post explaining the flask. I kind of just like, I'm just going to do it on my own, and wee-hee. So I'm more than welcome to take and pay the price with that, but we're going to hit him with the Blood Flask for a big crit, hopefully. Nice, a 400. Okay, right there. It looks like I have another 6 or 7 turns, so I'm close with the mana, but I still need more mana. I need more mana! Now, could I make this work without the Lugus and with another, the Tail of the Sphinx? That would probably give me enough mana, would be my guess. But yes, I am officially out of mana now. So I will pop one of these. And then I'll use the mana seepage flask. I think would probably be cool for this floor in order to try and take and lower my mana now that I have the charged up all the way. So there we go. There's the mana seepage one. So then I'm not going to use the other one. I'm going to save the blood flask in case I have to battle a very challenging opponent here. And I'm going to still use more mana because I need to lose it. There's the Defiant channel right there, so I'm hitting for roughly about 100k now when I got the really low health. So, okay. I still like Swan Song, even though I gave your idea a go, Burton. I like it. I think it's great. I think it's an alternative option, but I think Swan Song 1 does more damage. They did trade. They tried, but you fought back. You said no, not on my watch. No. Let me see. See, I think I'm gonna go back to the Swan Song. Because then I can wear the tail. And then I just need to use, I just need to charge up enough for a blood flask. And let me try out real quick what I was thinking about. Spells, Omni Blast. Deal a mix of damage for all the basic elements. Okay. See, I'm going to use this one. We'll use the big Omni Blasta. So I have to use Omni Blasta on something that is actually weak to one of the 4 basic elements. That is how I'm going to get the Blood Flash charge with that. Of course, I can always just use Ultima, and I think I might have Ultima on my spells. Let me double check and see if I do. I do have Ultima 2, but I'm going to put Ultima 1 on there, and that's going to take way too many turns for that. So there we go. I think I'm almost out. Well, no, I'm not out of dungeons, but you know, we're still cooking. You are weak to something, correct? You are weak to fire, so this will count right here for the Omni Blasta. And then, let's see, are you weak to one of these as well, lady? You're only weak to Holy. Okay, so now I'm just going to buff up here. So one thing I'd recommend to you, Trey, is that you may have noticed this already, and ooh, I got, that kind of hurt there. One thing I'd recommend, alright, talk to you later, Burden, after your dinner, is that when you use the Ravage, it has a chance to stun and paralyze you. So you need an immunity to stun and paralyze the wearer if you did want to use Ravage. That is one reason why I think Ravage was one of the weaker ones that were presented here with the new rework and stuff. The two-handed, because it actually hurts you if you use the Ravage ability. Or just using it to attack. So just be careful with that. Weakness to water, that's what I like to hear. Nice. Right, so now we use we will use the blood loss flask. You're doing great. You're doing great, Ectogametes. So what I'm going to do here, this is a little pro trick. This is a little pro trick here that if you have them, if you don't have them, don't use them, but I'm going to do it for science. There's this concoction called the Merlin's Concoction. You'll see what it does whenever I use it. It gives me triple magic up. And you get it from, of course, fighting, guess who? Merlin. From the one of the Avalon events that comes with the Avalon Beast of Avalon event. So if you wanted to get a free triple magic up and you had high crit rate to contain it with their critical poise, then you can do that. Northern Forge, please make the attack version of this flask immediately. It's not fair that magic people get all the cool stuff. I don't like that the magic people get all the cool stuff. Hello there, China boy. Welcome to the stream. It had to be Ballin's brew. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. 10 points. 10 points to Ectogametes right there. 10 points over there. I like it. But you can see, you know, I'm doing like 200k damage right here, not even fully buffed with this. So I think that it has potential. It has potential here. I'm trying to think what else I can do with this. I mean, technically I can use Aura Vestaga with the other buffs as well, so I'll try it this time with using it together with that, but let me make sure I have any more dungeons to run, or if I've already ran all of mine. Oh, nope, I still got another one, so yeah, let me do that. Because I don't really need to use the blood flask per se, or the blood loss flask, I should say. I can use Aura Vestaga, and then I can use the extra turns in order to buff up here. I got the buffs. I was considering using a Berserk, but I'm just going to keep on doing this. So I'm starting to get maybe how Aura Vestaga it can be used a little bit better with the Disciple of Finesse or Blades of Finesse. Because it's important to have your Blood Flash charged up in case you have to take and do a big attack like I'm going to do on certain stuff, encounters. I do think this has a lot of purpose in Endless. I think Aura Vestaga will be used a lot in Endless, I believe. So it's going to require people to have a lot of crit rate in order to make it work. Because right now my goal is to use Aura Vestaga in the lower floors, and then in the later floors, then I will be mainly using Swan Song as of right now, since I have the triple all up from the bird. Or from the bird's friend, the support lady, aka the Themis. So to answer your question, ZR, you either have to hit people with super effective attacks, like use Ultima or use Omniblast on certain things, or use Aura Vestaga. Aura Vestaga charges up the flask, all the flasks over time. It can crit, it does neutral elements. Basically, it's like Aura Vesta, but it can hit everyone, but does more damage if there's sigils applied. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. Blood. Come on, here we go. Big damage. Nice. We'll take it. We'll take it. And like my opinion is that you mainly are going to use the ray or the flask from, so either the blood ray flask or the mana ray flask, in order to take out monsters or bosses that have high defense or just berserk and stuff. The highest I've seen it without fully limit testing yet is seeing a blood ray flask hit for 719k or almost 719k damage, because I was full blue line and had like triple magic up, temporary all up, magic 1, magic 2. Didn't have Sonata or Thrud up in order to get more damage or any extra berserks. I had berserk 2 because I was using an Arisen Imagination in my offhand. So I think that maybe all my stuff that I can see. So that is correct. Yes, the stat passive is still blue line. The flask can help out because you can occasionally get an extra turn whenever you use a flask. It's what it says in the description. So you have a chance to get avidity. Sometimes I got it, sometimes I did not. But if... There we go. Butt Buffet can take and host theirs. Thank you for that. But you can definitely get away with a lot less crit if you were to take and use Worm Song. Yes. Yes, it does. It does with the Blood Flask, ZR. I will show you in a minute how it does that. Or I'll show you how I can do it. So this is a way that doesn't require Blood Flask, what I'm doing right now. Once one of my Blood Flasks is fully charged up after this, I will take and show you. So it's going to be the Blood Loss Flask or the Mana Seep. So the Mana Seep was kind of like one of the Asteria, or one of the stances from the Titans and Giants that reduce your mana per turn. That's what the Mana Seep Flask does. The Blood Loss Flask will strictly just cut your, take away all your mana. So I'm going to do that right now so you can see what it does. So bam, I'm at 0 mana. I'm at full blue line right now. I don't need to cast Aura Vestaga now. I can just cast Swan Song and have a good day, kind of thing. Now, if you don't want 0 mana, you can use the Mana Sleep Flask. It'll slowly reduce like a couple % of your mana down per turn. But you can see here now immediately I get to blue line. So there's no need that it can go Y Fencer in order they can use the mana burn that takes 2 turns. You can get it immediately as soon as you have your Blood Flash charged up. Now I'm not fully optimized because I don't have Sonata or Berserks and stuff like that, because you can make that work. But this is just very quick buff with this. Use a couple of Aura Vestagas in order to take and charge up your Blood Flask. Either use the Mana Seep one and stuff like that. Hola, Master Retro. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream, buddy. I don't have Lucas Gauntlet on right now because I want to have the 2 Tales of the Sphinx to try and get some ornate drops to build up my karma, because the karma did reset with this update that they did. It'd be cool if they told us that, but unfortunately they did not. But if you have the chance to, you know, definitely forfeit a lot of the souls of Rada, souls of Achilles, souls of Charon, if you can. They build up your karma right now. I'm going to use the other buff. I'm going to use the Gate of Thrud as well to help me out this time. And then once again, for reference, I have 23 Ascension levels in Heretic. So, you know, I have a decent amount of Ascension levels right now. I'm going to use Gate of Thrud so I can get that little extra power to see if I can consistently hit for big damage without any buffs. It's fine if the curse stays a little bit longer because I do have the Mystic Feather passive if I do get lower in health. I think that you can make it work with the scroll offhand that charges the flask faster as like a temporary thing to help you out in the beginning. I haven't tried it yet, so I'll try it out for the next one on like how the scroll works with the charging the flask. But we're gonna get a couple Aura Vestagas here real quick. And then we're just going to go with the... I'm just not going to take and use the blood flask right now. I'm going to save them. So I'm just going to use the Aura Vestaga because it's going to do more than enough. It'd be nice though if my pet would be so kind that they can give me a cleanse. It would be greatly appreciated. I will take and use a swan song here though. But now I'm full Mystic Feathered out. I might have to dig and heal up potentially if the pet doesn't want to help a brother out. Do I have a healing spell though? That's the real question. I do not, so I will use one now. So one Panacea. So like at this moment, I could probably use the Mana Seepage Flask right here. So it has a special little buff or dot, whatever you want to call it, right here, the Mana Seep. So this is where even without using spells, I went from 3758 to 3532. So it's roughly like I think like 2 to 4% roughly of your mana per turn that you're gonna lose with that. So now I can just comfortably spam abilities, you know, get it charged up. Once again, if I want to use another blood flask. But yeah, this update's already out. Mass Retro. What you might need to do is update your app if you do not see it yet. So give me a moment. But buffet. I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with this Mana Flask charge rate. So it's not even Blood Flask. So this will recharge your Mana Flask. Is there anyone other than that recharge your Blood Flask? So no. All the scrolls recharge your mana flask, which I don't really care about. So I still like the idea of using the imagination, but I feel like I'd have to use the imagination with Magi to make it work. All right, you can continue on Butt Buffet or Ectogamit. Actually, let me take and buff up real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, buffed up. Gotta restart? Okay, okay. But I do like, I think that's ultimately, Heretic will still be challenged to do High Anguish. I know some Heretics don't want to do this, but what they might have to do is they might have to take and have like a tanky pre-buff build to start Anguish out until they can get their stuff set up, and then swap to another gear after that is my guess, is what I would do in this situation. I know a lot of people may not like hearing that you need to use multiple sets of gear in order to do High Anguish, but it's kind of necessary to still have that, because I think it's something that was still necessary in the past in order to help get you to a good start. Because even though you can take and get, you know, your flash charged up, you still have to hit people with spells. I just think that it's still a fairly rough start for Anguish. Like, I'm definitely not going to try and do like 30 plus Anguish right now. I could, like, I can make a build where I'm Disciple of Finesse and I have Aura Vesta and I have the crit rate and I'm tanky and I can make it work, and that might have to be the way that people do it. For now. I think that's, and then like, then you can, if you are ready or available to, once you prepared enough blood flash charges up, and you can take and, you know, burn all your mana, and then just start spamming Swan Song or, you know, Magic Thin Blade if you want to have a low mana count ability, or some other setup. Like, you know, I'm still trying to cook with some different ideas that could possibly work. What I really wish they could have done, which I think would be kind of OP and maybe not necessary, and I know it's already out there, but like rewarding people for saving their blood flask. Like, if you have multiple blood flasks, like, give you extra stats. Like, give me extra stats for holding onto my blood flask rather than spending them. So that's like my theory, or my goal or wish out to Northern Forge. I know they're out there listening somewhere. So hi there. But I want them to take and help out. Yes, you can see on my character right here, ZR. You see I have the 3 blue charges and the 2 red charges. So those are stocked up. So I can use any one of these right now if I want to, and it will have 100% powers, 100%. Like I think that Aura Vestaga is great. I think you can make Aura Vestaga work for Anguish. I think Aura Vestaga is the thing that helps out heretics the most, and a lot of other classes, because not all classes need to be only heretic to use Aura Vestaga. You can use this with Deity Aura, you can do this with Beowulf Hydrus, you can do it with Summoner. Other classes will still not do as much damage because it's a magic spell kind of thing. But I just think that the Mana Flask is nice, but the Blood Flask is where the real magic is at. Because the Blood Flask allows you to take and reduce your mana. Hey there, Dram. Welcome to the stream, man. How you doing today? Right now we're testing out the new Heretic rework. It's going to be Heretic Aura Ectogamete. That is what's going to give you the Aura Vestaga. I believe. We can check after this so I can verify it with you, because I do have the class. Hello there. Hello there, Mr. This guy here. Hello there, Mr. Nix. I think mages are definitely in a better spots. Mass Retro, I agree. What I call them OP, that's, I still have more cooking to do. This is only my first couple of dishes that I prepared for today. Burton did try it out, and he was pretty happy with it. Overall, I would say, Levi, for the Vestaga, it can hit everybody. We don't currently know the M1 or MT ratios of the Vestaga yet, but that could be testing done for that. I like using it with Swansong, because I think ultimately I tried to do it with the one-handed bow and imagination in my offhand to try and get some temporary buffs from the imagination. I think using the imagination is great for people with the critical poise, like me right now, that have it, so I can keep my temporary buffs longer. I think having critical poise is definitely, I think, more beneficial to Heretic in some ways, not always, than the new flash system. Because you can have if you have the right pets to buff you up early on, and you can crits and keep that buff, that can give you that extra defense or support or stats that you need to help push you forward to take and do higher English. I 100% believe that. So we're gonna have to see. Yeah, right now I'm just trying out some new things right now with the new stuff right now, Dram. So if you want to take and go over to the Magic side, they got some cool toys right now. No, I did not. I have 23 ascension levels in here already. It's not time yet. I'm not gonna rush over to it. I just wanted to cover it because it came out today. So I'm still working on it. You know, I'm still cooking. I'm still cooking. You know, if I had more ascension levels, maybe I might try and do some different cooking testing with it, kind of thing. But overall, you know, I'm pretty happy with it right now. I think there's room for improvement, but you know, that's with everything in life. People always see something. And they're like, oh, this is great, but you know, this can be improved. And like, you know, I'm not trying to criticize nor force like, oh, you know, why didn't you consider this? Why didn't you consider that? It's like, no, I understand that they're trying to take in balance and think of new ideas and stuff with the game by adding all this new stuff into it. And I think that they did a great job. Now, they can make additional admins or renditions or additions in the future. I mean, I did hear someone talk about that. I think it was Burton as well, that he says that that they may have done the balance, the additive, the multiplicative thing early on. I'd have to compare it. Because it's like, and when that just encourages people to have different types of amities, and you can't just use the same amity and expect to get better results. So I mean, if you want to take and do some tests and say, okay, this is how much I did before with, you know, verse, or how much I did with Ultima, or how much I did with this, you know, rough average, and then compare it again and see, then you can kind of see what the results are from that. Oh, well, ouchie, that kind of hurt. I thought I used the panacea to remove my defense down. I guess still having zero defense wasn't that good after all. Well, we might need to get a revive if you can. Gamits, if you can bring a Faffy or somebody with you, that would be appreciated. Ecto Gamits. Oh, looks like they got taken out too. So never mind. Never mind then. All right. So you know, let's go back. Let's go back to the drawing boards a little bit, real quick. So we're gonna take and make a little bit of a tankier build. We're not gonna use Blades of Finesse. We're gonna use Disciple of Finesse instead, or maybe Magi to be tankier. So let me cook a little bit. You know. Let me take and cook up some stuff. I have some extra gear I can work with. I'm going to save this for Swan Song testing. And then we're going to take this, we're going to put on a lioness. You didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. You saw nothing. Alright, we're going to cook with this. We are going to put back on the spell rates. That's very nice. Very nice. Congratulations there. I think Arisen Shades Blades is great, Trey. I think it's good for, like, if you're battling a raid and you want to get some extra damage and you have, like, a special build set up, like if you're in base Realm Shifter and you are able to take them continuously crits, it can work pretty well because you get that crit chain. But let's see. Very nice. Alright, you can take and start it up now, Ectogametes. I think this is going to be a lot safer build right here that I have cooking right now. So I'm getting 50 mana per turn. Berserk on the first turn, which is nice. I'm probably going to use the Mana Seep here because I have some mana regeneration already and I have a lot of mana. That is my goal here. And I'm gonna take and use a whatchamacallit, definitely a Panacea. I need the magic one. You bastard, Wyvern Speed. Why didn't you give me my boof? There we go. Alright, so I got the Mana Seep. Stop hitting me! You're hurting my feelings! Oh my god. Very, very rude, very, very rude Ronin there. It's like, I'm a mage, I'm not a tank. I'm going to try and roll with this, actually. See if I can make this work. I'm using a double Berserk setup. And I don't remember setting that up. This is not good. Definitely need a... Well, that works too. As much as I like the Arisen Imagination, I might have to take in, not use that, and maybe just use the Caladanda instead for the raw magic with the extra base mana from that. This is what I'm thinking. Uh-oh. 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 We need a stun dart on that Realm Shifter, please. And I'm dead. And he's down. Please stun dart the Realm Shifter. Realm Shifter's gonna take another life, maybe? No. Alright, now we need to take out the heretic and get that heretic out of here. Trey. You gotta have the stun dart. Use the panacea, please. Please, Ectogami. Thank you, thank you. Alright. Yeah, get that heretic out of here. Alright, cool. Y'all got this, I believe. I believe. Alright. Well, let me see. What did I put here? I did have the Beastfeld garb. Okay, so not the Beastfeld garb. Not this one. Caladanda. Maybe not Magi. I saw you stun darted, so please add stun dart. Add stun dart to your loadout, please. Please trade. It will save your life and other people's lives. True, true, true. Very true. Alright, so let me go to one of the buildings here. Let's see, I think I'm not quite ready yet. I need to take and adorn this Caladanda with some more crit rate right now. Realm Shifters is the master of all things. It's not just one thing or the other. I don't want this one in there. Let me just see how much I have with this right now. So this is going to be half of 12, or half of 16, so that's going to be 8, so it's going to be 71. Um, unlocks Heretic Aura. Okay, very nice, very nice. It is a lot of crits. Alright, 1 more percent is all I need. Yeah, that is my thoughts as well. All right, we're gonna try this one out. So you can take and start it up, Ectogametes. Yeah, that's my thought as well, John. Um, that's my thought. I 100% agree, but I think that's probably Despair and like other two-handed weapons that are a lot easier to get would be better if you can't get a Swan Song. Before, like, you know, you have to think of the barrier to entry. Like, you know, getting a tower class is not like, oh, let me just get a tower class like that. For some people, they can, but some people, they cannot. You know, if they don't have the gear in the first place in order to get to that spot. Like, I definitely think that the two-handed weapons and tower class abilities can help, but in order to attain them, it does take some time. So I think that the flask can help out a good amount. We're just gonna have to see. I think like towers are a weird thing, is what I'm gonna say. Towers, you know, I for the longest time was not really good at towers. And just as kind of like how Levi is sharing, like, you know, in the beginning you may not be good at towers. Because what it is at towers is learning what works for you, like learning what fights you can take, what you can't take, what you might be able to take. So learn your win, your loss, and your in between. So you have to take and find out those things and how your class works with those. So some classes work better in some situations, some work better in other situations. So Trey is a realm shifter, John. So realm shifters don't necessarily have the best odds They help out. Realm shifters really struggle with towers. Like, definitely having Slice and is helpful. Having Ravage can work as well. Eventually, you will need to get other classes for Realm Shifter in order to make it good, to get their spells to help you out. But it's more as like working with what you got rather than saying, oh man, I'd totally be better if I had these great things. Like, of course, you're going to be better if you have all these great things, but you have to work with what you have right now and master that. Hello there, Jagger. Good evening to you, too. Good evening to you, my good sir. Yeah, it's all my fault. Yeah, this is true. This is true. These are the wise words that I tell lots of people. Yeah, just get good. You know, all you gotta do is just get good. Here we go. We're the Blood Wraith last time. Let's go for it, folks. Go. Pew, pew, pew. 670k. Let's go. Alright. Well, in order to make this the Mana Seep Flask work, I would have to take and use more Acorns. So I'm not going to use Acorns for the Mana Sleep. But hey, we got a more viable build work. Alright, Trey, it's your turn, it looks like. I knew it was you, Levi, all along. I just wanted to mess with you and call you Nyx. Yeah, Levi's right, and that's what I tell people. It's like I didn't get to where I am without just like saying, okay, I stopped. I guess I won't keep on trying or keep on trying to get stronger or level up my gear or try out different things. Well, I'd definitely say, Ectogamete, that it will help you when you upgrade your Swan Song for towers. Swan Song will definitely help you a lot with towers. If you have Disciple of Finesse, that will help you out as well with the towers. If you can get Disciple of Finesse or Blades of Finesse, doesn't matter which one you get, both of them can help you out. A lot of people are going to say, hey, get Blades of Finesse first. You can get them from the Blades of Finesse Arena, or you can get them from the Conqueror's Guild. It's a little bit easier, I think, to get it from the Conqueror's Guild if you can level up your Conqueror's Guild to get there. But yes, I can teach you and I can share my wisdom and knowledge to you to help you be able to more willingly able to take on the challenges. But ultimately, y'all are gonna have to do the work. I can help carry y'all to 250, but y'all have to get the gear. You have to upgrade the gear. You have to make the decisions in order they can make the right actions into the game. Because just because you get to 250 doesn't mean that you're now gonna be able to take and do everything in the game. Now some people may not want to take and hear that. They're like, no, that's not right. Well, what I recommend, Ecto, is that put as many different things you can. Like, put as much Crit Dormants as you can. I do have some Ferocious Surus that I can give away to some people that are in needing of it. I'm running lowish on the service raids. I've been trying to save them. I have some that I want to take and hold some of the lower raids from it for some friends. But overall, I do have some that I can trade away. Okay. Well, that's good to hear, Ecto. It's pretty good, Jagger. For lower Anguish, I was hitting like 200k with Swan Song. I'll tell you what I did. I'm just trying out different builds right now, just for funsies. At the moment. Well, if you'd like to join a Kingdom Ectogamete, then we can definitely talk about that as well. You can take and put. You can tag Levi or me on my Discord server, and then Levi can take and help direct you to get to our kingdom, because I'm streaming, even though I could do it as well. But I want him to take and get practice so he can do it as well. So he can have a conversation with you. Yep, Trey recently joined one of our kingdoms as well. He's one of the boys or one of the squad. Well, I mean, I use Disciple of Finesse with mine, to be fair. Jagger. I use Disciple of Finesse, or I use Magi. The main thing is using the Blood Loss Flask to get the 0 mana, so you get the maximum stats for your Swan Song, or using the Mana Seep Flask with it in order to help out. And then I also do have 23 Ascension levels as well. I might be able to talk to a cool guy that can be able to help us out to get us some extra service raids. He's a king among men. One can say he's an emperor in his own right. Alright, here we go. Blood Ray Flask. Go! Pew! Alright, so let me show you, Jagger, the build that I made for the whatchamacallit, for the Swan Song. So let me save this right now to alright. So you don't need to necessarily have this exact gear right here. The main purpose of this gear is to get you Foresight if you're running dungeons, and to have your 95 or 75% crit rates that you need for it. So a lot of this gear can be flexible, but still the main part is use, if you have Heretic Corvus. If you don't have Heretic Corvus, it's fine, but pretty much like use the Aura Vestega if you have it in order to charge up to your 1 Blood Flask. After you finish buffing up, use your Blood Flask, deplete all your mana, and then you just spam that. I recommend, fully buffing up using Golden Fortitude, Barrier 2, a couple of turns of Ward of Fortnite before you use the Blood Loss Flask. Because the Blood Loss Flask will take all your mana away. It will take away all the mana. So you have 0 mana. Now you could run like one Mountainous Acorns if you wanted to have a little bit of mana regeneration per turn, in case you need to use Stun Dart or other stuff. But for the most parts, I use it with the Disciple of Finesse, and I actually tried it out with Magi as well. Magi gave me the extra 25% stats from it to give me a little extra boost, so that's how I was able to do 200, but you can probably do well over 100k by doing this as well, Jagger. Because Bloodlust Blast will basically just completely wreck your mana, or in the good way. You know, you don't want to have mana here. Alright, later Levi. Peace. Alright. You can take and continue to host whenever you're ready, Trey. Make sure, Trey, that you do ward up whenever you get a turn to help you out. I don't want you to take and get hit by an Immortal Lord for a whole bunch, so please make sure that you do ward up. I'll give you a chance right here in order to ward up. Give you one more chance on the next floor, or on floor 11 before that. Now ward is very important. Ward will definitely save your life, almost more than Stun Dart, even though Stun Dart is the king of debuffs. So here you go. Here's your, well, if you need to go grab, you can close out the game and go grab your ward spell and put it on there if you don't have it on your lineup, because you are the leader. So you can take and close out the game, change your spells, come back in, and we'll continue right where we left off. You can do that too if you do have a ward pet. You can also swap to a ward pet if you have one, even though technically the temperate all will help. Done? Alright, well then I'll give you a chance here in order to take and buff up. We're going to see how this goes. It does. Yes, the fire chicken does give ward. This is true. Nice, nice damage. Here we go, Blood Ray Flask, go! Oh, you want another? You want another one? I have another one. Another one. It's like, no, that one wasn't enough for you, huh? Huh? You fine? Have another one. Another one. Another one. But this is more of a safer build here, Jegger, that I'm using right now with the Mage, especially because I'm trying to God Forge my Caladanda. So I'm like, yeah, let me try and try and God Forge some stuff, use some buffs, stuff like that. And don't forget to please, if you do get a debuff, especially you Ectogamites, to use a Panacea in order to help out. Just reaching out to a guy that could possibly help us out. I'm gonna wait until floor 5 Ecto in order to take and buff up some more. Where I'm gonna buff up now. Like I'm just trying to weave in the buffs in between. I need to take and continually try and take and lower my mana because I have a little bit too much mana here. So I might tweak the gear a little bit depending if I use this gear for some other stuff in the future. I definitely know if I want to take and do the mana seepage, I would probably need to take in dramatically lower my I increased my passive mana regeneration, so more acorns and stuff. Yeah, so I think this would definitely be like 10 times better if I had if I used my one-handed staff with the crit adornments for more magic. Or if I made a two-handed staff, maybe that might work. I haven't actually made a two-handed staff before. It's one of the few weapons that I probably didn't really want to take and build, but I might consider building it because I can maybe make it work. Come on, man, I need you to get a little bit lower. Not too low, though. Not too low. Well, I would recommend right now Ectogamete in order to put on your Swan Song and get your Swan Song Godforge as much as possible, because you can put in more, you can put in more Morgan's eyes in there or whatever crit rate you have in order to help out with that. I'd highly recommend, if you're missing the crit rate for towers and stuff, right now is the perfect event in order to get lots of Riffrail gear. So if you can, if you have the scrolls in order to farm for Riffrail gear, or if you already have Riffrail gear, please use that. Because if you're wearing 3 pieces of Riffrail gear, that's already, that is already 15% crit that you don't have to worry about. And then plus it's also 15% increased accuracy, so increased chance that you will hit stuff. Are we frozen right now, Trey? Okay, so then it's me. I am the problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to force stop my app, because sometimes it happens like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to close out your app tray and open it, and then you're going to rejoin into the dungeon, and it's going to hopefully pull me back in. If you just do the basic restarts, sometimes that will work, but 9 times out of 10 I always take and do the force stop, because I just don't want to risk it. But I'm gonna change to a different build now, because this build it works. It just doesn't have the damage right now for me. I could probably tweak around by getting it some more magic, and definitely said using a one-handed staff for this. I might actually take and just go make a two-handed staff right now. I have the shards. It's something that I haven't done yet, so I'm just hold up. Let me go cook a little bit right now. I'm gonna make a two-handed staff, and I'm gonna cook a little bit. Yes, I want to go Celestial. I have the tower shards. It's just something I want to test it out with it to see, because I want to try and give people different options in order to help them out. So we're going to go to... I think I need 150,000. So we're gonna go to I think that helps. I think that's going to help. Want to make sure that's the right weapon real quick before I do that. Yep, so I'm going to lock it and pop it. And we're going to upgrade the celestial weapon. So it'll take a little bit, folks, but you know, we're going to cook a little bit. Yeah, right now, even if you, like right now, Trey, what I recommend is that, like, if you have any fire pikes, if you have any fire pike weapons, put those on right now. Like 2 fire pikes help you out a lot. You've probably already done the quest for the fire pike. The fire pikes will give you 23% view distance for each one. I understand, you know, you do have to work, Trey. So, I mean, you know, we're here to take and work with you. Oh, not bad. I was only 120 shards off or over. That's fine. We're just going to use the common ones because we don't want to take away our crit too much right now. Do you have a second fire pike to wear in your offhand right now, Trey, to help out? Because if you can wear 2 view distance weapons, 1 for each hand. Just the one? Okay, okay, okay. All right, we're gonna try with this right here. So what I'm thinking about is we're gonna go to an Anguish We Trust next. That's the other weight vessel we're gonna head out to. It's already in the party right now. So just go to an Anguish We Trust. Actually, I don't think it's open right now. Hold up. Wait a minute. I don't think it's open. It's still open. Good. Yeah, so we're going to go over there. So head over to an Anguish We Trust. We're going to go here. This is my spot where I have a good amount of stuff over here, as you can see from the shading on the ground. So let me know when y'all are over here, and I'd probably recommend lowering down the Anguish just a little bit. You know, let's maybe bump it down to 3 before you come over here. So we have some normals, we have some battlegrounds, we got some dragon roosts. You know, we got a little underworld portals, chaos portal, all that good stuff over here. All good. Take your time. Not in a hurry. You're welcome, Nathan. If you want, you can always take and join my Discord server. I'll take and post it in the chats. You can always message me there under the chats if you have any questions. So there you go. We can take and do it over here, Trey. Just come over to this wave vessel, and we can take and he can take and summon it here. It may have just closed. Darn it. You too, Nathan. Peace. Let me double check. I'm gonna look and see if it's open or not. Oh, yeah, it literally just closed. Man, that is quite unfortunate. I'd recommend taking out the Jormungandr. Don't worry about the suitor, Trey. But I think what I'm gonna do right now is I'll probably take and just conclude the stream here. And I want to take and help out Trey and Ectoplasm by helping answer some questions and stuff off stream, maybe through Discord chat and stuff like that. Because I'm going to go take a little break, get a little snack, something like that, so I can help answer some questions, you know, get them sorted out and stuff like that. Stuff that I could do on stream, but I'd rather do it off stream, just because it's just easier to do it that way. Well, like I said, we can take and, you know, work this out and stuff like that and talk out some stuff. So if you want, you can take and join the voice chat on my Discord, or, you know, we can just talk in there. So whatever whatever works for both of y'all, kind of thing. But I want to take and thank everybody for coming out to the stream. We had a lot of new people show up. Really appreciate all the new followers that we got here. If you haven't already, don't forget to go to my YouTube channel, and you can take and subscribe there. Have a great rest of y'all days, nights. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Take care. Peace, everyone.